Can you take us back to the time when you and your husband first found out about your oldest son, Jack's diagnosis? And, what thoughts ran through your mind and how much did you know about autism at that time?
We were aware of what it was just because I was in the field. I'm a teacher. But knowing what you think it is and what it is are, two very different things. So when we first heard it, at first it was heartbreaking to think, this is, what's happening, because he seemed like he was developing so well. Your first instinct, is you're sad, you're devastated, you're heartbroken. But then the next moment is, okay, now I know what it is. What am I going to do about it to help him so he can learn and he can grow? It wasn't, I think, until I started telling people that it felt more real.
Jack likes being around people. Somehow he can't speak, but people love Jack.
Speaks volumes, like through gestures and sounds and his expressions, his smile, the sounds he makes. He's got a sense of humor.
He really does need attention all the time. You can't really let Jack on his own because you don't know what's going to happen if you do. There's a mess in the kitchen and the refrigerator and the freezer are open because Jack went down and had a party.
You have other children on the spectrum. Can you share a little bit about Petya and Isaac?
They have language, they go to school. It's kind of interesting because Jack, his deficiencies are such that everyone, they just get it. They understand it. Right? And with the other kids, sometimes it's actually more difficult because it's not as obvious.
Uh-huh.
But look, they all have their challenges.
I love you.
Can you talk about any times in your lives when you wish the world was more aware and accepting of autism? And
I think when it comes to people's response and understanding, somebody like when they see Jack, they kind of know because they can see he can't communicate and his movement's a little different. With my other children, it doesn't look quite the same. My daughter, Petya, she looks 10, but she's not at a 10-year-old functioning level. So this, beautiful little girl that's smiling and speaking, and they don't understand that she's expressing, but she isn't always understanding what you're saying to her. So her receptive language is not quite the same as what she's saying. Isaac, he seems and presents so well, but he's constantly thinking, and he's thinking about how they're going to move and what they're going to say and how they're going to respond. And I don't think people realize that it's an all-day thing, all the time, every moment, in every location, in every specific setting. If you ask my children, they'll say, there's parts of it that are harder. They know that, every learning milestone is a big thing. Everything that our kids can do is a big deal.
Each kid is on his or her own track, and you can't really measure any kid against a particular norm or standard. Every individual deserves to be treated with respect. Education, awareness helps make that happen. And some days it's harder, some days it's easier, but you just got to keep trying to move forward and make it work.
It takes a whole team of people to help us, like doctors, teachers, friends, people to listen when you're having a hard day. It doesn't always matter, how they learn, just that they continue to learn the way they do. That's important.
well, thank you both so much.
All right, bye.
Bye, Carin. You're on.